Good morning. I'm Celeste Mumford, Creative Director and CEO of Lexi LLC. I have started the max hydration method a while ago, and I'm just going to go over the steps that I use and the products I use now as opposed to when I started. But I'm going to discuss that more in depth in a different video. So my step one, pre-wash. I do this maybe once every 3 days. It's based on the Cherry Lola caramel treatment method. I don't use any baking soda because baking soda is a very strong cleanser and it's stronger than your hair. So over time the baking soda will have an effect on your hair, but I'll talk about that more later. I've modified the Cherry Lola caramel treatment somewhat in that I added papaya, fresh papaya, because that's an excellent hydration and moisturizing agent. And I added some cinnamon and a couple other things, which when I make it on video, I'll show you all of the ingredients. So I'm going to shake this up. I keep this in a refrigerator because it has, fresh ingredients, just in case some spills. So I kind of comb up my hair. I start in the front. I think some people start in the back, but I start in the front because I believe that all of the liquid that you put in your hair will transfer to the back. So I hydrate my grays first. And one thing that is ultra important to me, which I haven't seen any, it doesn't mean that there aren't any, but I haven't seen any naturals with gray hair be successful. I haven't seen any, so there might be some out there. So if you have gray hair and you're doing this method, I would love for you to comment and tell me what you're doing. But I apply the pre-wash and I kind of comb it through, as you can see with my hands. I rub my scalp because it is a pre-wash. I do want to cleanse my scalp. All right, so I just part sections. I part big sections. Right, I pour it on. So if you're going to do this method, I would recommend you save all of your bottles with the flip caps or the spouts because they're excellent to use to apply the treatment. So see, I'm combing it through, massaging it at my scalp all the way down. I don't have any proof of this, but I think as you massage your scalp and rake it down your hair, that it does help with the curl pattern. And I'm going to ask for you, it's very hot in my bathroom right now with the door shut. So I'm sweating a little. So put it on, rub. And what I am doing is creating products. At Lexi, we create holistic handmade products for hair, face, and body. So I am creating products that will hydrate gray hair. For those of us with gray hair, they are unruly, they are rogue, they have a mind of their own, they do their own thing. So my goal is to create products based on this max hydration method created by Pink Cube to hydrate gray hair. I'll go into why I think gray hair needs a slightly different method when I create a separate video. So I'm applying it at my scalp, rubbing it, pulling it. I want to make sure every hair is saturated. Now I create all of my products, including this, with a thinner texture, a thinner consistency. Because with the low porosity hair, which is what I have, it's harder to hydrate. And besides the recipes, which I happen to think are awesome, my secret weapon, in everything that I do is ionized acid water. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a separate video. But because I use ionized acid water, I don't need baking soda, and I don't need apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to continue. I do a lot of massage, and I do a lot of pulling. I do a lot of combing through, as you can see. And I always incorporate what is already done into what I'm doing. Right? across the whole back. Now my hair, I'm not really big on hair textures. I would think maybe a 4B in some areas. And I think right in here, my crown, like right here is my kinkiest part. That might be a 4C. But when you mix the gray hairs in it, it doesn't really matter because the gray hairs are rougher, they're thicker, they're more unruly, they're in some parts they're really straight, and no matter what I do to it, they don't seem to bring out a curl or a coil texture. So see, combing it through, almost done here. Now this is not this part, but the max hydration method is a bit messy even on the best of my days. So you always want to have a towel handy to wipe your face, to wipe off your sink. Steady combing it in. Sorry, just like this. I'm gonna, like I said, it's pretty hot in here. So I'm going down to the back. Now the back of my hair, which has the least amount of grays, is the most coily. It's the most hydrated. It's the most perfected area of my hair. So I don't have to work on that part as much, but I do have to work on the others. I saw a video, and I forget who it's by, but the woman was talking about hydration as it relates to conditioning your hair. And she said it's not really about the amount of conditioner that you put on, it's about working it into the hair that matters. Which is why I do a thinner consistency and I don't use as much, because it's about the working into the hair. You want it to get into the hair by massaging it. So see, this is my pre-wash. Like I said, I will, in a separate video, when it's time for me to make more, I'll create a video and I'll show you all the ingredients that I use. Some people are against putting food in your hair, but I believe in whatever you eat for hair health. Most of the times you can apply it topically. So I believe in putting food on your face, in your body, and on your hair. And you want good food. You want food that nourishes, food that has a purpose. Excuse me. So there you have it. It's the pre-wash. I make sure I get my gray area. All right, so I will comb through it. So that is it. That's the pre-wash. And I will put on my plastic cap. This pre-wash I would leave on for at least an hour and a half, depending on my day, depending on how much time I have. Could be a little less, but mostly it's a little more. So I've kept this on for up to 3 hours sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to end this video. I'm going to now put on my sneakers and exercise while this is on my head, and I'll be back after I rinse it out and apply the mud wash. Once again, Celeste Mumford, Creative Director and CEO of Lexi LLC. Thank you for watching my video. I'd love to talk to some of you, especially those of you who are doing the max hydration method or some form of it with gray hair, and I'd like to have a discussion around how we can collectively determine how to hydrate and nourish, strengthen, and get that coil pattern with gray hair. Thank you for watching. Enjoy today.